What's up, my dudes? Valkyrja. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that's probably way too damn early to actually be talking about, but I want to talk about, did Sumeru kill Tower Fantasy? Because this is what everyone was saying was going to happen before it happened, etc. And I want to talk about it using analytics and current viewership inside Twitch. Keep in mind that inside Twitch, viewership is very iffy because you have certain content creators that play both games that basically have gigantic audiences. For example, Mr. Tectone. We all love Tectone, right? Tectone's cool. So he gets like, let's say he gets 10,000 viewers in a stream. And Genshin is at 30,000 viewers. Now let's say Tower Fantasy is at 10,000 viewers. Okay, Mr. Tectone stops playing Genshin and goes ahead and plays Tower Fantasy. And now Genshin drops to 20,000 viewers, and Tower Fantasy jumps to 20,000 viewers. Now they're tied. See the issue with that? But anyways, it's way too early to talk about analytics anyways, but we're going to do it anyways because that's what people want. This is what you want. People want to know, is Sumeru going to kill Tower Fantasy? So we have the Google Trends popped up, and we're going to talk about it. So let's go ahead. Let's bring it up. These are the last 7 days of Genshin and Tower Fantasy. If we put it to the last 30 days, you can see something about Tower Fantasy. It shoots way above Genshin. Pog. We have it on worldwide to just kind of make it broad. But we can see Tower Fantasy, genuine competition for Genshin. So, whenever we look up to compare to the search term of Genshin, we can see a gigantic difference right now. We can see that Sumeru came out, right? Sumeru came out. Search results went up super high. People are very curious. And Tower Fantasy dipped because people jumped from Tower Fantasy to Genshin. Now, will this trend stay? No. You know what's going to end up happening is Genshin's going to go back down, as Genshin always does, and people will keep playing Tower Fantasy, and Tower Fantasy will go back up, because Tower Fantasy drops friggin' about a week or so, so then it'll shoot back up then. These are how these games as a service work. They have trends, ups and downs, and they do this constantly. Will Genshin kill Tower Fantasy ever? No. Tower Fantasy had a fantastic launch to the point where it even surpassed Genshin. So, Tower Fantasy is here to stay. Whether you like it or not, Genshin cannot kill this now. It is too big. Too big to squash. It's too big of a bug to squash. You're going to have to call the exterminator or something because it's not going anywhere. So, Sumeru will not kill Tower Fantasy. Now, let's talk about Twitch viewership. Twitch viewership. If you guys remember, Tower Fantasy here at 8.7k viewers, whenever it came out, was higher than Genshin. Remember what I said earlier about the big audiences? Well, look, Genshin's at 38.3k. Okay, so let's look. Let's see who's streaming right now, where most of these streams are. Let's go ahead and sort by high to low and see what's going on. You can see a lot of people who were playing Tower Fantasy here. I don't think Zjef ever played, but Envy did. A bunch of people here did, and they went ahead and now they're playing Sumeru. Sumeru is very pog. Very new, very fresh content, and very cool. Meanwhile, Tower Fantasy, all the big streamers are gone, so the numbers are suffering. These are just people who are playing on every day, who always play Tower Fantasy. But all the Genshin streamers are back to Genshin for right now, and whenever they get bored, they will go back to Tower Fantasy. Welcome to the new cycle. Welcome to the new order. These are how things are going to go from now on. Basically, Tower Fantasy is going to have its ups when Genshin has its downs, and whenever whenever Genshin has its ups, Tower Fantasy will have its downs. And I promise you, Tower Fantasy's marketing team is smart enough to realize that this is going to happen, and they are going to play around it. They are going to let Genshin take the lead whenever Genshin has new updates, because Genshin is big. Genshin is massive. Tower Fantasy has to play around Genshin, not against Genshin. So, they're going to play around it, and that's basically it. But yeah, Sumeru's not going to kill Tower Fantasy. 8.7k viewers is still a very good amount. It's about as much as Genshin gets after the first 2 weeks. No, I think Genshin hovers around like 12 to 15k, somewhere in that range almost always. So it's around the same. But basically, Tower Fantasy's not going anywhere. Sumeru didn't kill it. Nothing's going to kill it. Tower Fantasy's fine. Only thing to watch out for is Weathering Waves. That game looks sick. That game could put Tower Fantasy in the dirt if they're not careful, and it's definitely going to hurt Genshin because that game looks amazing. Yeah, anyways, that's the video. Just want to show you guys the analytics. It's way too early to do this. Way too early to actually have concrete evidence because I can sit here and look at the Google Trends and tell you guys ups and downs. But in the end, it doesn't matter because this is way too early. But I know you guys love this stuff, so I went ahead and did it anyways. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.